Hey guys, so I'm really excited to do this video today. I know don't mind my appearance, but I have kind of a compare and contrast and review kind of in one. I've talked about this before on my channel, and I believe I've done a review of this book, but Every Day by David Leviathan is seriously, I would probably put it as my all-time favorite book of all time. I absolutely love this book. It is definitely like 10 out of 5 stars because this is just such an excellent book. David Leviathan is a beautiful writer. It encompasses so many morals, I guess you could say, and lessons, and teaches you that no matter what, you're the same person. A lot of reasons I love this is because it somewhat includes pansexuality in it. And I love that because I'm a pansexual, so it's really cool to see a book that this person can fall in love with a person no matter what their gender is, what they look like, and they just love them. And I love this book. I just finished watching Every Day, the movie. I had wanted to read Every Day by David Leviathan before I watched the movie, which I did. I have not read Another Day by David Leviathan, which is a sequel to the book. Most likely, this will be one of the next books that I read, so I will probably have a review of this up on the channel, so watch out for that just because since Every Day is one of my all-time favorite books, I'm hoping this doesn't ruin it. I thought since I literally just finished the movie that I would kind of do a compare and contrast / review of the movie since I've read Every Day so many times and it's literally my favorite book. I thought I'd do kind of a little compare and contrast. So, first impressions of the movie, I'd probably give it maybe a 3 out of 5 stars. Because there are a lot of things changed in this movie. There's a lot of things they didn't add in this movie. I don't know if this means that there's going to be another movie. I don't know if, I don't know. There were a lot of things changed in this movie that I was not too particularly happy about. I wrote down some notes while I was watching the movie just because I knew I would remember most things, but I just wanted to make sure I remembered everything. So, very first off the top of everything, the 2 main characters, well, technically 3 main characters, because you don't really see A. If you have no clue what this is about, which I don't know how you don't, but if by chance this is about somebody named A, and he wakes up in a different body every day. He lives the life of this person for one day, and by midnight he switches bodies, and the person that he was in the body of doesn't really have a lot of memories of what happened that day. He can give them some memories if he wants. He can make sure they have no memory if he wants, but basically the gist is that he wakes up in a different body every day. And one day he wakes up in the body of Justin, which is Rhiannon's boyfriend. And he falls in love with Rhiannon, basically. And so this story is basically about him and Rhiannon and their love story and kind of what happens with him and both of them throughout the point of the whole story. So, right off the bat, Rhiannon was kind of what I pictured. I don't think I really pictured her very much just because I kind of just had like an overall opinion of her. So, the imagery that I had from reading the book to the movie wasn't that drastically different. I will say though that Justin was extremely different from what I imagined in the book. So in the movie, he is like tall and lean and definitely not what I pictured. I was picturing this big guy, like big jock, like football player. If I had just seen Justin, the person that played Justin on the street, I wouldn't have thought he was as mean or ill-spirited as the book portrays him to be. That's why I think I made him into this big jock jerk that I thought that he would be. Because normally that's kind of what you think of when you think of someone dating this horrible human is like this mean jock, big guy that thinks he's like man's man, you know? But Justin didn't give that vibe off to me. So that was definitely weird. Other than that, all of the characters kind of were the same somewhat imagery as I had thought. One of the biggest things in this book is the majority of the writing is from A's head. So obviously you get the day-to-day and the conversations and everything, but like the narrator is A. So you hear all his thoughts, you hear obviously everything he's saying, you are in the head of A throughout the entire book, but you don't in the movie. And I don't like that. I think what made me love this book so much is because it was so in depth with the feelings. Like, he really told you how he was feeling and what he was thinking, and it made you see him in such a different light. In the movie, it was just, I guess I could say it was like a 2D character. In the book, it made him 3D, it made him 4D, it made him a person. So I didn't like that. I didn't like that it didn't tell like what he was thinking. Like the very first in the book, it says, I wake up. Immediately I have to figure out who I am. It's not just the body, opening my eyes and discovering whether the skin is on my arm is light or dark, whether my hair is long or short, whether I'm fat or thin, boy or girl, scarred or smooth. I don't know, it's just, it made it more personal in the book. In the movie, at first, you didn't really know what was going on. And I didn't like that. I liked it in the book because it told you. He talked to you. It was A's thoughts that you were reading. So you understood every angle that he was coming from. When in the movie, it wasn't there. It was just a blank story instead of this huge, imaginative, lovely, like amazingly written story. Another thing was that in the book there was a lot more people that he woke up in the bodies of than in the movie. I understand that obviously they have to take this huge thing and put it into just a small hour-and-a-half, 2-hour movie, but there were some of the bodies that I was kind of sad not seeing. Like, I loved the fact that he woke up in one body and then woke up in the brother's body. I liked that in the book, and they didn't show that at all in the movie. So I wish obviously there was more of his backstory. It seemed like the movie was just about A and Rhiannon, like that is it. Which is another part of my notes, is that it had a couple little scenes about what happened to Nathan, but it is like, as soon as it happens in the book, for the rest of the book, it's an issue. Like, it always comes up. And so, and like, yes, in parts of the book, it wasn't necessary. It was like dragging it out. But it was like, there was one little news clip in the movie, and then one scene, and then done. That's so weird to me. It's weird that it was such a big thing in the book and they just cut it out. That's why I say the movie was basically just a romance between Rhiannon and A. It didn't have all of the aspects of the book, which made it this amazing story. So I wish that it had a little bit more with Nathan. If you didn't really understand it, you probably would have missed the whole Nathan story, which is kind of another part. One of the biggest things in the book is that he uses email, and him and Nathan speak through email, as well as him and Rhiannon speak through email. In the movie, it was Instagram. Come on. Like, why does it have to be social media? Why can't it be email? Sometimes an amazing email is an amazing email. It's bringing it back to the roots, and I just really, and then at sort of the end of the movie, something happens that does not happen in the book that I was not a huge fan of. I somewhat liked it just because it gave a little bit more oomph than the movie, but I just, it wasn't in the book, so why is it in the movie if it wasn't in the book? I don't know. Maybe I am biased because the book is literally my favorite book, and I've probably read it 5 times now and will probably read it 1,000 more. but this movie 100% did not do its justice for the book. 100%. I can take the book apart from the movie. So the movie alone, without putting it to the book, it's a pretty good movie, which is why I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. It's a cute little romance. It's just very, very, very two-dimensional. This book just makes it. The book is so much more descriptive. Like I said, it has A's thoughts, and so you get a lot more of his feeling in it. This focused a little bit more on Rhiannon, which weirds me out because obviously this book is A's perspective and A's life. But this book is supposed to be Rhiannon's side of it. This is supposed to be what Rhiannon does. So I have a feeling that this movie is like these 2 books combined. So it had what was basically going on, the basic plot of Everyday, but then Rhiannon's life from Another Day, because it was very, very, very centric on Rhiannon and her life and how she was dealing with the A thing, which, yes, in Everyday it is a issue because she has to try to deal with this person moving bodies, but I would not put these 2 together. I will probably buy this movie. I will probably watch it again, but 100% did not do justice for the book. I think this was a flop. I will forever love this book so much more. It is still my favorite book. Like I said, I can separate the movie from the book. It's just such a good book, and for them to produce this from this book is a joke. So if you love Everyday and you are worried about not liking the movie, it's probably going to happen. You probably won't like the movie. But I will say that if you can do what I can and separate the book from the movie, then it will probably be a good movie for you. So that is my little comparison review of Everyday by David Leviathan as well as the movie. If you have any other questions, comments, or anything about the movie or the book, leave it down below. Like I said, I am definitely going to be reading Another Day soon. I should have already read it, but it will be read soon, and I will definitely have a review here on the channel. And so if you want to see that sooner rather than later, let me know and I'll definitely start reading it soon. And I will probably see you in my next video. Please make sure to subscribe, press that red button down there, as well as those post notifications so you can see when I upload. I also have another channel, which is a Disney channel, True Happiness 365. I will leave that link down in the down bar if you have any interest in seeing my Disney vlogs. Me and Sarah, my wife, we vlog our trips to Disney. We do Disney tags. We do a whole bunch to do with Disney. So go and check that out if you're interested, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.